Welcome back. Vlog number 3, recording later at night here. And I'm going to talk about vision and setting a vision for your life, why it's important, why you should do it. One brilliant quote that I love, I'm going to read directly, is from a guy called Joel Barker. He says, "Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world." So, first and foremost, vision is something that you need to see into the future. The definition of vision is being able to foresee what is to come, to craft something in your mind, have that idea of what is down the path for you. And so for me, setting a vision of what I want to achieve in doing these videos over the next 1000 days is really to document my life in a really organic way where I sort of recount the day, but also talk on topics that are important to me. And I'm going to unpack them sort of one by one. Obviously, the first two were somewhat just random in a little sense, and there will be more of that for sure. But ultimately, I will be talking on things that I am just living in the moment. But day by day, my vision will come to life. And to unpack that just a little bit more, essentially, it is to do really cool work with really cool people and to capitalize on all of these opportunities that I have in my life. I know I've already talked sort of at a high level about these opportunities, but really it is things like obviously yesterday mentioning Unofficial Run Club, you know, yesterday morning as well. I got a ticket. Someone got to pay for it. Don't get me wrong, but got a ticket to the Gold Coast Marathon, which is exciting. It was sold out. I'd been on the wait list for a few months with no sign of getting a ticket, but was kind enough to get one off a friend, Sissy, who I met at Run Club. And even just having that thing on the calendar, which is another thing that I'll talk about separately in another video, but having the vision of that being at some point in my life, that's in the first week of July, recording this now on the 20th of April, I think is so important. So having that vision, putting it out there and going, okay, this thing is going to help guide me. But ultimately, a vision around running, one thing that I really would love to do. And I know there's this thing of like not sharing your goals because of the fear of the dopamine hit that you get from sharing the goals as opposed to actually going out and achieving them. But I'm going to share this because this is my essentially my video journal of my life over these next 1000 days. And I have told this to a few people, but a big thing that I want to do is in an Ironman run a sub 3 hour off the bike. So how that works in an Ironman, you do a 3.8 kilometer swim or a 2.4 mile swim. You then ride 180 kilometers or 112 miles, and then you run a marathon, which is 42.2 kilometers or 26.1, I think, miles. And so to be able to run a marathon sub 3 hours, you have to be fit, you have to be strong. That's just running the marathon fresh. To do it off the bike, I think is a whole nother level. Again, obviously you've just competed for, anywhere depending on how quick you are in the swim and bike, 5-ish, 6-ish hours. Probably more than five. Say an hour for the swim, five or so for the ride. So yes, call it 6, 7. To be able to do that would be a huge effort. And this is just one thing that I have set in my vision. I could speak to a lot of things business wise, and I'll do those in separate videos. But really, even just this, just executing on this and having that as my vision, I feel gives me a lot of purpose each morning to be able to wake up and go, cool, this is going to help me. And the perfect example of that is last night. I actually didn't get to bed that early, but I knew that I was going for a run this morning. I was well hydrated throughout the day. And then going into this run that I had this morning with a crew um, of absolute legends, I hit a really good run, ran 25 kilometers, which is maybe just under 16 miles. So, yeah, it was an average of 5 minute pace, but like the last sort of 5 or 6 Ks, I absolutely just fucking dropped the hammer, went, and the thing that was in my mind was not only having a good time and like running time in terms of what would be on the clock there for the Gold Coast Marathon, but just enjoying myself and knowing that the hard work happens now. Because in the two races that I've done, the bigger races, the two half Ironmans that I've done of recent memory, all the work that I did paid off on the day, and I was just able to push really hard and leave it all out there, but really enjoy myself. So that's a lot on vision. Yeah, thanks for listening. If you've got any thoughts, love to hear them. That's vlog 3, 1000 to go. See you tomorrow.